We're live. How is everyone? Who all do we have in the house? Was trying a new technique to keep from getting that echo so I can keep my YouTube browser open and go to StreamYard. So I tried to add myself later. So anyway, that was fun. Seems to have worked. All right. Who all's here? Man, we got a lot of people here. I'm trying to scroll back to the top. Unfinished project. I know he's listening. Irish Outlaw says, you don't want to talk to me. I'm having a bad day. Did another oil pan bite the dust, my man? Buck does it. Junk Car Willie. The traveling junkyard videographer. Auto Salvage Outlaws. Robert Magny. Perpetual Projects. He says ours is done. Probably going to have to take it to Mexico for testing too. All right. Tim Mopar 67. Buff's Garage. Let's see who all else is here. Rob's Rods and Streetcars. Rob, how many subscribers do you have? You're getting close. I try to check once a day, but some of you guys are really swinging the sword here at the last minute. Let's see here. Andy Wood, hanging out, lurking in the chat. How you doing? Roy Boy. Let's see here. Oh, goodness. A lot of chat going on. Austin's here. Daddy's Money Garage. Any quick fixes or diagnostic flow charts for the symptoms hole in the block and slight misfire? Asking for a friend. There is a flow chart for that. It's called Your Engine Block Flows to the Dumpster. Bad Tree Productions. How's it going, Blake? Family's Garage. How's it going? You guys have fought through your share of 11th hour breakage. Think you guys got it right. Colleen Tebow says she beat me. Not even close. The very first comment was Dart Sport, and it was mine. I even beat Unfinished Project today. Ron English, how do all? Well, I can't speak for all, but I can speak for me. I'm doing reasonably well. Doing all right. This is definitely going to be the highlight of the week. Poor Boy's Garage. What's going on, Brad? How's your thrashing coming? Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Not just Mopars or Mustangs or minivans. It's all three. It's Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Unfinished Project. My mom's in here. NSB Custom Cars. How's it going, guys? John Cope in the house. Tom Cook is here. All right. Dude Mopar's here. Spencer's Food Reviews, who changed his thumbnail picture. Laura Humphreys, a.k.a. Miss Dude Mopar. Who's your garage? What's going on, Adam? Dutch Garage. Dutch Guy's Garage put pants on for this. Well, thank you. We all appreciate that. You guys can update us in the chat. How's your thrashings going? I have this suspicion that you guys may be thrashing right now. I mean, there's only 155 hours and 55 and a half minutes. So, I'm sure nobody's rushing to get things done. Plot twist, Austin's putting his 318 poly in the jet. Hoosier's building exhaust for the van right now. Good for you. Dean Stevenson. Frankenstein C20 put his my heater core, replaced his heater core and blower motor. Well, there you go. Captain Dew is here. Big Block 402. Did I see Punisher? Yeah, there's Punisher Lamont. That's what I thought. Mostly old parts and Rust Patrick. Family's garage won't be staying long. Got cars to build. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much thrashing going on right now. I thought rather than you know, keep a guest the whole time tonight, come and go, get work done on your cars. Tonight is a thrash night, so I thought I'm going to go live in my regular spot. Any of you guys who want to jump on and talk about thrashing, it's the time to do it. Leighton's here. And by the way, Leighton is going to be bringing his welder to the track. And he is a welder. So, you know what? If we break something, it's going to be a really good guy to have in the pits. JB's little shop. Mopar's Mustangs minivans is chasing a misfire. Hey, it happens. Andrew Nelson, he's here. I trust he's got his car ready to really ruin some people's night. Cool. Well, figured I'd ambush you with a surprise guest. Speaking of thrashing, we have Andy Wood.
What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody.
What's up, Andy?
Oh, thrashing, like you said.
I was going to say, there's no thrashing going on in your world, is there?
Maybe, sort of, kinda.
Maybe, sort of, kinda.
Okay.
What's the update?
Well, I still don't have a truck. Okay. I sent a message to the header builder yesterday. He's sick. And so I don't know when I'm going to get it back. So trying to organize a plan B.
Dean says stainless steel exhaust, Andy. Yes.
But to answer your question, I have been thrashing on something completely different.
Okay.
In case I can't bring Casper, we are probably going to bring my buddy Micah's station wagon that's got my old 2-valve 4.6 in it.
Oh,
so we're
the
little Fairmont wagon, wood grain paneling and all. But to everyone that's out here, we need a set of 33 spline axles for a Fox body that are 5-lug. So that's a kind of tough order, but that's what's holding us up on that.
John at Cope Racing Transmission says plan B, get a Mopar.
Nah. Not yet.
Mr. Haney comes out of his wheelchair to make suggestions like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Casper, you never know. It just all is going to depend what happens over the weekend, right?
Honestly, if I was to get it back, say Monday or Tuesday, I could probably thrash on it 24 hours and get it done. There's no question. There is a lot of small stuff that's got to be done, but it would literally be firing it up and putting it into trailer.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
But I mean, forget about the front clip and cosmetics. Just make it run and see what happens.
Well, I have to have the front clip for the radiator support.
Right. Okay.
Unless I fab one up.
Sure will look different.
Yeah. It looked like those no prep cars out there with no front end. But it would be 400 pounds lighter off the nose.
Oh, yeah. Family Garage, I presume this is Joe. Mopars are in second place in this house. Don't tell Maggie. So he's saying to all of you watching, don't tell Maggie. Because I'm sure none of you would tell him.
Never.
Or tell her that he said that. Right.
I can't believe you got 156 hours up on the board up there.
I sure do.
It's down to hours.
It's down to hours. It's always been down to hours. Just how many?
Oh yeah, and down to
just
minutes
how
even.
many?
Yeah,
You can say you've got 3 days or 72 hours. There's no difference in the two.
right.
Daddy's Money Garage, I can't believe we're down to hours. Why? We've always been down to hours. We have always been down to hours. You used to have 6,144 hours. And now you have 156. We have never not been down to hours.
So how's things going on your end, John?
They're going. They're busy. They're busy. I'm waiting on some signage. The signage is in print.
Awesome.
Fingers crossed on that. Just a couple little things. I see you're talking about for a 9-inch, 33 split.
No, 8.8.
Well,
8.8.
Mopar's Mustangs and minivans here is saying he has an 8.8 rear end out of a 2008 Mustang.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the spline.
That's too wide. That is way too wide for that car.
Yeah, you need a Fox body rear.
Yeah, the S, I don't forget what they are, but the 05 up cars, the rear end is a few inches wider than Fox body stuff. Now, I do have, this is the crutch of the matter. We've got a rear end that's got 28 spline Moser axles, but it's got a factory track lock in it. And I don't think that factory track lock will be good for running 590s. You know what I mean?
No. No, you expect that Fairmont to be faster than Old Blue?
No. It's going to be about half a second slower than Blue. Blue was pretty good for 540s, you know, and with the weight of that car, we're figuring probably 590s, 60s.
I didn't know Old Blue was that quick. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, Blue's good for 540s at about 128, 129.
Your plan B is faster than your plan A.
It is, but there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that's got to be done. Even still, we've got to get a drive shaft made for it because it's a longer wheelbase than a Fox body. Even though it's a Fox body platform car, the drive shaft is about an extra foot longer. Yeah. Because you got another set of doors.
Right.
So, and if that doesn't work out, then I guess I'm just going to hitchhike up there. That would make for a story.
So the question is, what size tires on that Fairmont? You going to get in 28-10-5 with it?
I got 28-10-5s and 275s for that car.
Woo! Look out.
That's an interesting depends on what the track would hold. I mean, it's literally the same exact drivetrain. Everything's the same fuel system. We just took all of the stuff out of the blue car and put in the wagon.
What's the plan on the blue car? I know it's getting a Godzilla.
Yeah. The plan for the Godzilla is we're going to port the heads and we're going to get a cam for it. We're trying to keep it carbureted. I don't know if it's going to work like that because right now the only aftermarket manifold that you can get for the Godzilla that's carbureted is a dual plane. Okay. That's not going to be that great for, yeah, it makes, well, for a street rodder guy, it makes good sense. You know, something that's a stock motor, but something that's going to run a ton of nitrous, that's not going to work. Because I think that we're going to keep the nitrous deal going. And I've tried to talk him into going boost, but yeah, he's diehard nitrous.
Taylor Made Muscles here. Lunar Outlaw is here. Punisher Lamont is asking if the 28-10-5 is full. No, there's 3 spots, but I mean, we can fill those at the racetrack or we can fill them ahead of time. Just telling you, there's 3 left, so it's going to be a full house in the 28-10-5.
Yeah.
Don English is here. Torque Racing Productions is here. Yeah, Andrew Nelson, he's always, you say 28 by 10.5 class, and Andrew Nelson just pops up.
I would too if I had his setup.
He's saying 28 in the factory center can take a lot more than expected. I'm assuming he's talking about 28 spline axles. Asks if you're running a trans brake and how heavy is the car.
It's going to be about 3,100, and we're talking about a car that's going to be in the 5. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to. It might live for a few passes, but don't want to grenade it. You know what I'm saying?
Punisher Le Mans, if you want in the 28 10.5, you need to send me an email. It's $100 to enter on top of your regular registration because it has a good size purse with it. But the tire is a true 28 10.5 or smaller, no W's, or 275 60 15 or smaller. So if you want in, shoot me an email. But it's instant green tree. Good payout to win. $1,500 to win, $500 to runner up. Now Patrick wants in the 28 10.5. Well, they fill it up right here. Patrick, shoot me an email.
There you go.
Again, so that if that's the case, we've only got one spot left. Instant green tree. That's right.
That's the unknown in that whole deal. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's it.
It's different.
See, an instant green, it could benefit a guy like me who can't cut a light to save his life because the other driver's not used to it either.
Yeah. Well, unless you're running a really fast car, most people that's running a fast car, they will try to take a guess at it.
Blake, you want that spot? Email me. Send me an email. $100 bill to enter. 28.
I will say this.
Smaller.
I will say this. I've seen many of those races where the lucky guy come out on top. Not necessarily the fastest guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And, it's just a crapshoot. You never know what's going to happen in drag racing.
The fastest car that makes it 659 feet loses to the slowest car that makes it 660.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally could be that cruel. B&R Racing says decimal point. There you go. I know, Blake, but you got to send me an email. That's the only way I keep them straight in my folder. Shoot me an email, and then that way I can't. Because, see, if I get off this live and I don't remember, I got to just refer to the email. I mean, I don't think I would forget that, but I've processed everybody's stuff consistently. Blake send, Patrick send, Punisher send. It should be full. Yeah.
There you go.
B&R says that's his way of checking in. Well, good. That way we know you're still fogging the mirror. That
there
sounds
you go.
Great. Andrew Nelson says we have hundreds of passes on factory center in an 8.8 running mid-5s in a 3,300-pound car with 680 rear wheel horsepower. Wow. I just
so you saying with a 28 spline track lock? A 28 spline track lock.
So Blake, this is Blake's way of telling me he's in. He sends me a picture of a $100 bill.
Well, that'll do it.
Hey, Dallas is here. Dallas, you want to jump in? I don't think I sent Dallas the link, did I? I may or may not have. If you want in, you're welcome to. We're talking about, so I've gotten emails from Punisher Le Mans and Patrick.
Now look at how easy that was, John.
Well,
we knew 10.5 and they all fill up.
Oh, yeah, we knew it would fill. There wasn't any question about that. We just didn't know if they were going to fill at the track or if they would fill ahead of time. It looks like they want to fill them up ahead of time.
Are you going to do a chip draw or what you going to do on that?
Dallas, I just sent you the link if you want to jump in. And there we go. Punisher Le Mans, Patrick, and Blake. Just like that. So here's the thing about it. I'm sure we're going to have alternates. I'm sure of that. I mean, anything can happen. Somebody can still blow something up testing this weekend or whatever. So, yeah, Leighton, 28-10-5 Eastville. Here's the thing. This year we set a 16-car field. We were trying to be conservative, and so that's how we did it. But next year we may do a 32-car field. Oh, there's
That's
Dallas.
gonna be fun to watch.
Uh-oh. What's going
There
on,
he
Dallas?
is.
Hey, maybe I should turn my phone sideways, huh?
Yeah, man. Turn your phone gangsta, and you fill up the screen.
Let me turn off the music. My garage is jamming. I haven't been out here in a week or so. So
we film in portrait and gangsta. There you go.
All right.
I'm gangster then.
Out of the way.
That's it.
Oh, man. Well, how's it going, guys?
So, Dallas, while we were waiting for you to jump in, we've got the 28-10-5 full. Got 3 more jumped in. So at this point, if you did not get in, still email me, but you're going to be an alternate. So
you might want to post a list of the people that's in it. That way,
I can. Well, you know if you're in, but I'll put the list up. I can do it after this.
Yeah, that way people would know that they're the alternate. They get in it now.
Roy
Dallas, what you been up to?
Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe what I've been up to.
Dallas?
Yeah,
Dallas
I probably would.
Dallas has a great thrash story or 12.
Hey, so have you ever been to Sunbelt Rentals website?
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good.
They tell you that they have all these things in stock, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, they can technically tell you that because they have it in stock at some store in the United States, even though it's a nationwide chain and it's not available at your store. So John and I went and registered and set up a whole bunch of stuff to be essentially leased from Sunbelt Rentals. And they called me back and like, hey, we can't do that. Those things you're looking for aren't even at our store. And they're available all across the country. And you'd have to get like onesie twosies from all these stores across the country. So you can't, we can't deliver on that. Because they said, they have 106 inventory. And we're like, okay, we want 84. And they're like, no, we can't do that. So now I have been clamoring for like the past 3 days to find Jersey barriers. And I got it all sorted out this afternoon.
Yeah.
But I've been working on it so much and so long, and it's been bothering me so bad. I haven't been able to sleep for like 2-3 days, and now I'm starting to get sick from it, and it's just running me down. So that's been my week in a nutshell. I literally have printed 1,000 documents, and I'm just trying to get things ready to go because I'm probably the first one to leave. Right, I'm going to be there on Tuesday, so that means I'm leaving Tuesday morning.
Nice.
So, yeah, I got to have it all my ducks in a row and think ahead of this thing. And I'm sure there's going to be things I forget, just as long as I don't forget trophies or payouts or I don't know, whatever I'm grilling for the weekend. If I don't leave that stuff at home, I guess the rest can be forgiven. But it's rough, man.
By the way, Andrew Nelson says you can get in touch with him. I'm not sure if he has what you need, but you can get in touch with him.
Okay.
I'll shoot you his number.
Yeah,
what are you looking for?
I've grenaded about 5 28 spline track locks in 8.8. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't even deal with those. I grenaded those as a streetcar.
Yeah.
I have had no luck with the 28 spline track lock because what happens is it usually ends up shearing off the bolt that holds the pin in place.
Yep. You get
And
cross pin problems.
Then it falls right into the housing and locks the rear end up tight.
Yep. I had that happen at the drag strip. The very first time it happened in the blue car, the pin lodged in between the pinion and the ring gear, right past 30 feet out.
I had it happen at the big end at Gulfport Dragway at about 110 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
It locked up the rear end tight as a drum, and I slid across the finish line sideways, at full throttle, full bore. And then when I got out of the car, it rolled free, and I'm like, "What in the world? Did I hit the emergency brake or something by accident?" I had no idea what was going on, so I just changed my slicks out. I drove the car home, and when I was on I-10, I saw my rearview mirror on my door, one of the axles sticking out about 1.5 feet.
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh crap!"
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I pulled over, and that was it for me with the 8.8 and C-clips, and I was done with that. It was time for C-clip eliminators and 31 spline axles and eliminate that stupid that pin. But rough day.
Have you got a Fox body rear end in your car?
I do. I have a Fox body.
What spline axles does it have?
It's either
31 or 33.
35
Oh,
with a spool, but it's probably got too much gear for you. It's 390.
Nah, I might need the axles.
Oh,
yeah.
To make it to No Name Nationals?
Well, you missed my plan B because I still don't have my truck. We're putting the old 2-valve mod motor in a Fairmont wagon.
Yeah.
And it's got a Fox, it's a Fox body.
Right.
But we got 33 spline spool, but we don't have any Fox length axles. That's 5 lug. Is yours 4 or 5 lug?
Mine is 5 lug.
Yeah.
But I'm tell you right now, I'd be hard pressed to get them out.
Yeah.
I literally am leaving. I got to have everything packed by Monday.
Yeah.
Hey, Dallas. So James and James wants in the 28-10-5 class. We have our 16 cars. Do you want to push the 16 and up the purse?
Well, that's a good question.
We're doing it by chip draw, so I guess it would just make a buy.
It would. The ideal thing is to have an even number. Then you don't have to worry about any of that. Well,
yeah.
At least for first round. So, because then you're going to have 9 the second round, right? So there will be an odd man out. But,
it ain't like you're running on a crazy ladder where it mess it all up.
No, I don't see why. The more the merrier.
Hey, Dallas, let's figure out how many more we need just to make a clean ladder, and we'll put it back out there, James and James. I'll put you on the top of that list, and we'll probably figure that out.
If they're wanting to do it the monkey bike, man, running 28-10-5 with the monkey bike.
Don't encourage these guys. You never know who's going to be trying to run that with a monkey bike. Hey, Brad from Poor Boys Garage says, can you break down a schedule of events for Friday? So Friday, we're going to try to open the gates at 8 o'clock, just to have a meet and greet till 10. I really want to try to do the group photo at 10. Okay. We want to do a really cool group photo at 10 o'clock if we can. I understand some of you might not be there, but why not? We'll try it. Then we're going to have test and tune. All right. Test and tune, because we know people are bringing stuff that has never run, probably not started until that morning. So this event, we need tested. We start today with test and tune. Why not? Right.
Yeah. That's exactly why we threw a lot of test and tune time in there.
We had to.
For that reason.
We had to. We know people are bringing a lot of untested stuff. This gives people a chance. So test and tune / exhibition. That's also the time if you want to drive your car down the track to make a parade lap to say you did it. That's the time to do it, right? So if you got your 34-second stagecoach of a car that you want to take down the track, that's the time to do it. Get in the lanes and do it. We're going to run the bracket on Friday. So your regular bracket. And I'm hoping that everybody will get in the bracket. Okay. First round buybacks are for St. Jude. Again, you can be as competitive or not competitive as you want. If you want to get in the first round of bracket and just idle down the track and wave, you can do that. You don't have to push your stuff. Anything can run in it. Who knows? You might get lucky and win a round or two if you've never raced before. It can absolutely happen, right? And I know some of you guys want to win that bracket, have experience, but that's why we run it, because you can't posture your way to the win. That's Friday. Then we're going to finish the day off with the Destroyer1320.com burnout competition under the lights. And the logistics for that have been killing Dallas for 2 days, but we're making that happen. We're going to have every Jersey barrier in southern Missouri there.
Oh, that we are.
Guys, I'm going to hop off from here and let you two get after it, man. I just wanted to ambush you.
Thanks
for
joining
y'all.
us.
Man, you're not ambushing anything. It was good seeing you, Andy.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Keep me updated, man.
Oh, yeah.
See you. Yeah, everybody's thrashing right now. Rob's Rods and Streetcars, how many subs do you have? He has been surging because he had a short hit lately and it was doing really well. All right, got my email from James and James. So he's right now technically, James, you're the first alternate, and we'll talk to Dallas about it after this. We're gonna figure something out, okay? We want people to participate.
I'm sure we're going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to be in the 28, 10, 5, the best thing to do is probably have an even number so that somebody's paired up first round, right?
Shoot me an email if you want in 28, 10, 5, because we average about 750 to sometimes as many as 900 chat messages per hour. And if you put it in the chat, there's a chance I may not see it at all. There's a chance I may not remember it at all. So send me an email if you want in the 28, 10, 5. John at PrincetonDragway.com. My email's on my channel. All right.
Yeah, so when you sent me the message, you're going to be doing your live tonight and the link and all that stuff, I had fallen asleep at my desk. That's how tired I am.
Oh, man. Dallas has been thrashing. You guys have no idea. He has been the hardest working sanctioning body president on earth, hands down. But we've been trying to overcome some logistics things with the burnout competition, and they're happening. We'll make them work, and that's but it's just not been without its share of headaches.
And it's really it's all because of those barriers being on the website saying that they're there.
Yeah, well, they were supposed to be there, but here's the thing. The way they do their inventory, until you actually try to reserve, it's like, okay, oh, well, this is in Washington State, this is in Florida, this is in Louisiana, and this is local. So anyway, we're working through it, and it's going to work out fine.
Yeah, it will be fine. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, Dallas has been hammering it. Yeah, give him a lot of credit for that. Destroyer 1320 in the house. Yeah, man, we've been working on your playpen for a couple of days. Yeah.
Is he wanting to announce from in the JLG lift? Is Eric wanting to have the best seat in the house?
Yeah, seriously. Hey, Destroyer, do you want to be in the basket of the JLG lift about 10 feet over the burnout competition, off to the side, but up high? I mean, you talk about the best seat in the house. Wow. Hey, Dr. Art's here. J-Bo's here. Just Mopar Joe. Cope was here earlier.
Man, Dr. Art missed out on a great Lemons night last night. Everything went sideways again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buff is saying, does Destroyer 1320 like heights? I don't even count that as heights. Don English just wants to run the lift. But Dallas and I didn't know it had a second gear to it, moving it around in the pits.
Yeah, it has 2 speeds, 0 and 1.
Yeah, so Destroyer 1320 used to work on the cell towers. 10 feet is all good. If you used to work on cell towers, you're good. I had a buddy that used to work on radio towers way up in the air. And he was at a job site one time. He wasn't on the tower, but he was there when it fell.
Ooh.
Yeah, wasn't good at all. He said, "Yep, I'm retiring from this today."
I used to work on antennas on the ships, and it was like, no thanks. I don't like being up there at all. I mean, I'd go up there, but I did not like it. I mean, the kind where you take like 15 lanyards with you and attach yourself to everything that's up there.
Okay, James and James, it's entirely up to you. You tell me, man, do you want me to show these on here? I've got some sneak peek pictures from Big James, and if he wants me to show sneak peek on here, I'm glad to do it. Speaking of sneak peek, check this out. I won't show the pictures. There's a rumor that the Bad Tree production guys might be getting into the monkey bike thing. Might be. So if there's any truth to that rumor, keep an eye on their channel for the next, day or so.
I saw a post by Blake saying,
"You never know.
Does anybody that I know have a CT100U?"
So keep an eye on Bad Tree Productions. The rumor is, and those guys. Yeah, see, J-Bo's saying maybe. Okay, here's a picture from Big James. He said, "Go ahead."
Oh, that looks totally bitching.
Look at that front tire. Wow.
They're gonna be fast.
Little James can practically stand up in that frame.
Well, that's what I like this just because of the creativity, right? Like that's what it was supposed to be about, was the creativity and you thinking outside the box and around the rules, right? That's what made all those drag racing classes possible, was when they think about the gray lines. You got to turn yourself into a smoky eunuch, and it's like literally a completely different gear, right?
Make sure to be watching the James and James Show channel, because I'm seeing a lot of things in this little picture. You're not seeing much on your screen, but I'm telling you, I see a lot on there. You need to watch their video.
Well, I know for a fact the CT100U monkey bike came with a lot more parts than that.
So Blake is wanting me to sneak peek his picture too. This is so when I saw this picture, I thought I was going to need oxygen. This is the Bad Tree bike.
Is that Jeremy and Blake both on there?
It reminds me of the movie Dumb and Dumber. If any of y'all remember that, it reminds me of that.
Just go, man. Go.
Thumper says, if we aren't at war next year, I'm bringing something silly fun. Sweet. All right. Rob's Rods and Streetcars 349. Rob, you're in striking distance now, man. You're to where if you keep that up, man, keep pressing. That short of yours really did something. Thumper says that needs to be a sticker. I have a feeling it probably is already close to already being one.
It's being printed as we speak.
Knowing those guys, I would say there's a very high likelihood. Man, I keep getting email. Y'all probably hear my email tone. And it's from okay. The James and James Show are giving an award. This is their trophy. And I have permission from Big James to show it.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
James and James, I don't know where y'all came from, but you sure are cool additions to this community.
No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Rob's Rods and Streetcars got 128 subs from that one short. If you haven't seen it, go over to Rob's Rods and Streetcars channel. When I saw it, it already had 92,000 views. Memory serves, it was like a Mustang with a broken tie rod or something like that. But check it out over there. It was a cool short. I remember watching it. Yeah, Dizzy's just saying it's going to be cool at night. It's going to be, actually, the numbers I have for Sykeston are 77, 79 degrees. That's the weather I've got for that weekend. For Saturday,
but the
for Friday,
nighttime is going to be like 48 or something.
Right, it'll be cool at night, but it's going to be nice during the day.
Oh, yeah.
And also, what cool at night means? It means fast.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're racing anything past, like, say, 4:30, the temperature's going to start to dip, and next thing you know, everybody's running real fast.
Yep, they're picking up. And here's the nice part about that. So the warmest part of the day is usually around 2 or 3 o'clock, somewhere right in there. What time is the bracket being run? That's going to be right in the middle of the bracket. So you think that people are going to be trying to figure out how to redial their cars and how to get their dial set? Absolutely.
Well, I'll give you a big hint, because I've been out there racing at Sykeston for 5 years now with the AHRA, and just essentially the brackets and some other events. But the density altitude there will literally drop below sea level sometimes. So keep an eye on your DA.
Oh, yeah.
To win those brackets.
Yep. Mopar's Mustangs and Minivans says it's ironic how broken stuff sells on YouTube. Yes, it does. People like stuff that's broken for whatever reason. Robert Layton here. I don't know why he sent me an email. You could ask here. It's cool about passengers allowed in the burnout competition.
Well, as long as they have the appropriate safety gear and they don't get out of the car.
Okay.
I don't see why that would be a problem. If you got your appropriate safety gear and don't, like I said, don't get out of the car. Don't climb out the window.
That's more than I thought he was going to give you guys. I figured Dallas would be like, nope. Hey. So there you go. Thumper says, I have a ton of broken stuff. Great. Put it up as shorts, but you have your subs. Shopcat says, I just broke stuff today. Well, cool. Nivlac 57 says, one of our local tracks is located below sea level. What track is that? I didn't think you guys were anywhere near sea level. Yes, Layton. That's okay. I mean, if it went by, I'm sorry. We get a lot of chat messages. And one thing that some people might not realize, when you're watching on StreamYard, the messages come from YouTube, and you can get a lot at one time, and they jump as a block. And sometimes I'll actually miss a message altogether. I try not to do that, but it does happen from time to time. Yeah, when GoDaddy changed the email service that I have, now as it comes in, I get a tone when I have the email window. It didn't used to do that. It just started doing that a couple of months ago. So I'll hear it in the middle of a live like this where I didn't used to. Dizzy, how you coming on subs? You're not that far away. You're close. If any of you guys want to see all of the channels that are still short subscribers all in one place, you can go to my channel, and I have a whole section on the front page called No Name 500 Contenders Who Still Need Subscribers. And they're all there in order of subs on the page. Cecil County Dragway is? Well, I didn't know that. I've never been to Cecil County. Dizzy's at 373. Dizzy's at 373. Dizzy's been grinding away on this, and I'd sure like to see him make it. I'd like to see them all make it. I'd especially like to see Dizzy.
Well, Dizzy's putting in all the effort, right?
127. Dizzy's been trying. Go check out his channel. 127. And Dizzy registered a way back there. 113 cycles. Almost has his motorcycle together. Unfinished project says I'm close to Cecil County. Yeah, Jeremy needs some subs if he's going to register his own channel next year, but he's a fully integrated part of Bad Tree Productions, so not even an issue. But I would love to see Jeremy register his own channel next year. Buff's Garage posted the link for Dizzy Izzy. He is the keeper of the Angry Vagrant. We'd love to see him in competition. Roy Boy says, where's Buzz been? Buzz has been swamped. And, I mean, I don't know that I've talked to Buzz, but a few times he's been covered up. Yes, he came to our content creator workshop. He posts occasionally, but he's been covered up. And I suspect he's got a lot with his commitments. You know, he works for a lot of people doing freelance, you know, design work and stuff like that. SEO, that kind of thing, and I think that it's just picking up for him. The football season probably is playing into that.
I was going to say that right off the top. You know,
yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. Leighton says no telling what I'll show up in next year. Yeah, well, do it. Yeah, so Buzz has been swamped right now. I was completely covered up the month of April. So bad it wasn't even funny. But April was a better time to be covered up than now for me. I mean, I probably worked 25 out of 30 days in the month of April on that house. I mean, just morning to night, late night, midnight, 1 in the morning, working. And so we've all got times when we got to get stuff done, and we can't always choose when. A Dr. Art is saying that he's going to have a live on Monday. It'll be the last one before the No Name Nationals. Well, cool.
If I'm there, if I'm on that one, that means I'm packed up and ready to go.
Buff is telling Thumper he can't watch football because Mama said it's the devil. Maybe. Blake, I don't know if you were in here. We just said, we showed your picture, and you may have some monkey bike news for YouTube here within the day. Hopefully there's truth to that rumor. Any of you guys have any questions? Because we didn't plan this one. The last planned live with Dallas and I before the No Name Nationals was last week. But this one, everybody is thrashing. And I thought, you know what, rather than try to peel somebody out for the whole show, I'll go live. And, somebody can jump in. That's cool. No pressure. We got a couple guests may swing in a little bit later. But if you have any questions, good time to ask.
Man, you get the James and James guys in here.
Yeah, Buff's saying I need parts. I'm out of time.
I know the feeling. I'm literally waiting on stuff that I ordered before the No Name Nationals to be delivered before the No Name Nationals, so I could take them to the No Name Nationals. Like, I don't know, commemorative decals. I'm still waiting.
BNR says there's 23 people left to 500. There are, and I would love for all 23 to make it. Some of them have already told me they cannot make it. BCCOA, Zero G Mopars, they've had deaths in the family. I know that my next project He started a new job, and he could not work it out to come. He wants to, but, that's just life. And he was really close on the subs, so it wasn't that. But that's the deal. Buff's asking how the commercial is. Here's how the commercial is. The commercial is dependent on me getting the stuff from people to put in it. And I've got about 75% of what I need.
Did you get something from Junk Car Wheelie?
Say what?
Did you get something from Junk Car Wheelie?
I sure did. I got lots of good stuff. It's late because some key pieces I need. I still need footage for it. That's okay. I'll get them. It'll be a little bit late, but it'll still be great and fun. Roy Boy is saying, any guesses on the fastest pass?
Oh, man. I think the Nelsons are going to do it.
Whew. Fastest pass, I think, is going to be a 5-something. I don't know what. And by the way, while I see it in the chat there, Punisher Lamont's Garage, Ray there, he and Buff, if you haven't yet seen, they do the Pontiac Power Hour Thursdays at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So check it out. It's all Pontiac. It's cool. Last night they did a special on the Fiero, and it was neat. I learned all kinds of things about the Fiero I didn't know. So check them out. And they're going to be doing their Thursday show this Thursday live from Lambert's at the Flash Mob Car Show.
Oh, that's cool.
So the Pontiac Power Hour is going to be live from Lambert's this Thursday at the Flash Mob Car Show before the No Name Nationals. 8 Central. Buff says 8 Central. So 8 Central, local time, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, they will be live. Auto Salvage Outlaws is saying 2 Hacks is going to have the fastest time. No. He'll be fast, though.
He will be, but that car does, that's a lot of car.
You know how many?
By the time his front bumper crosses that line, the rear bumper would just be getting past the 60-foot mark. That's a lot of car.
Hey, Auto Salvage Outlaws, did you hear how much power the Nelsons are putting to the tires in that Datsun? If 2 Hacks isn't broken. 2 Hacks is going to turn out. 2 Hacks Jeff, he makes it happen. Yeah, Alan's Cars and stuff is saying, Punisher, I like the trivia questions and the history lessons. Yeah, it's a great little show. Great show. I thought it was fun. I love the Fiero stuff. And they do a good job of running it. It's just neat. It's a neat show. Yeah, we see some. Buff is saying 1,000 horsepower. Pretty close. Pretty close. If Andrew's on here, he'll tell us. It's not far off of that.
And it weighs like what? Like a piece of styrofoam?
Yeah, pretty close. B&R is saying use that aluminum foil heating duct tape to mark exact where to cut. I always use just blue painter's tape. Levi, hey Levi, glad you could join us, man. What kind of food at the track?
Oh, well, they have your normal track food, but what I did talk to them today, and they're going to be having their concession stand open for breakfast. So they usually do like biscuits and gravy and, not muffins, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, stuff like that. They'll do stuff for breakfast if they know they're going to have people there. So I told them, hey, everybody's camping, so you got kind of like a captive audience. Some of them are going to be sleeping in tents, some of them are going to be sleeping in their car. But I would bet on having breakfast. And they're like, okay, cool deal.
Yeah, Don English is saying lots and lots. People shouldn't worry about going hungry. There's going to be people grilling and smoking and everything else. Big Mike Soupy Barn, I know, is. What will be pretty cool to do is figure out what kind of meat or whatever we can bring you to smoke or cook or help or volunteer. We get together a little bit on this. I think it would be helpful. Let's see. B&R is talking drive shafts. Buff's Garage says I'll buy food. Yeah, I don't mind at all chipping in, to help people that want to cook and stuff. I mean, I'd be all for that. Colleen says, does anyone need me to bring my 35-gallon air compressor? Here's the deal, Colleen. I believe you guys are traveling via car or the minivan or whatnot. I mean, it may be too much for you to take as far as room.
There's one at the track.
Yeah, there should be compressors around, actually.
There's a compressor at the track.
Yeah, B&R is suggesting put a line down the middle of the drive shaft, a straight one, so that you can check for twist. I'd be happy to have anything that was that powerful.
I'm right there with you. I've never had anything that twisted. Well, I'll take that back. My T-Bird twisted up a drive shaft.
Yeah, a buddy of mine did. Yeah. If you got a really torquey stick car with sticky tires. Lars can't stay long. He's at Music City Raceway and hopes everyone's doing well. Lars, do you have the monkey bike down there? Are you racing the monkey bike?
That's LP94.
Yep. James and James, what's the schedule of events for weekend times, etc.? Basically, it's this. It's test and tune. We're going to start. We open the gates at 8 o'clock each day. Friday, we're going to meet and greet and hope to get a group photo at 10 a.m. on Friday. Okay. And then we're going to have test and tune each day. And the bracket is going to run on Friday. And then Friday night is going to be the Destroyer1320.com burnout competition. And then the 2810.5 will run on Saturday. And we'll Monkey Bike Championship Saturday as well. And call-outs are going to run in between all of that. So it's not like you have category after category. They have to overlap and run in between so that people have time between rounds.
Yeah, that's the whole idea for the brackets and the 2810.5.
All right, Levi wants me to show this. Let's see what this is. Looks like a hole in the hood. And
I cannot make out what that is. I
can't either. And then this looks like a fuel cell and a fuel pump.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what Levi's got going on there, but he can tell us.
Was that hole in the hood? Is his Laguna? I don't think it's brown, is it? I thought his Laguna was white.
Well, his Laguna has it came down hard from a wheel stand and did some damage to the right front, as I remember. Thumper says he didn't get another hood made, so he's coming without one. Yeah, great. Most of the old parts are saying water to air intercooler. Okay.
Oh, that's what that is. Yeah, all right. So it's not a fuel cell. It's actually
I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, it's the tank for his ice and water.
Yeah.
And if you want to really know the trick for that, put some salt in it. Put some ice, water, and salt. It'll get below freezing.
Big Billy Racing says hello to everyone in the chat. Buff is asking if there's ice on site.
Larry Jeffers has an ice machine there, so I imagine you can get some from him. I don't know if it costs anything or not. I'm not sure. I have never got any from there. But I know he has an ice machine.
Thumper is saying salt water is hard on aluminum. Ask how I know. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. It is.
It's very hard on it. Salt water is rough on just about everything, actually.
Dallas, you've never seen any salt water. How would you know?
Oh, man. Let me tell you about stuff that it'll eat. It will eat brass. It will eat brass.
Dallas, you've been how many days in a row where you've seen nothing but salt water?
Oh, what's my longest underway period?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I think we did 110 days underway in 2011.
So Dallas has been 110 days looking at nothing but salt water.
Yeah, it gets to the point where you like look at the water and you're like, that looks familiar, and it looks like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Buff says he misses the salt water. Man, me too. I did not get to the coast this year.
I honestly don't care if I ever see it again.
It's funny. I'll have people who come here from the coast and they say, this is where we want a vacation. We love the mountains. And I grew up with just straight up and down mountains, right?
Well, you're from Appalachia.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's we have real mountains here. And I'm jealous. Check this out. I'm jealous of people who have flat level driveways. I can't check my oil in the driveway because it's on an angle. The garage is flat. The street's pretty flat. But it's not. Big Belly Raisin says, John, you're not at NNNs? What does that mean? I'm not there right now. I will be.
We're getting down to crunch time. This is 156 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
I think John and I are going to have to put in 2 24-hour days to make everything work out.
Yeah, we're going to be putting in some big days before that. Cultured Redneck Garage is planning on coming over on Saturday. Well, I'll tell you what, Cultured Redneck Garage, we're going to talk about it. Dallas and I, we want to do something to incentivize the no-name 500 guys who didn't come up with 500 subs this year, because we still want you guys to come as spectators this year. Please do. We would love to meet you. I'd love to meet you. But we're going to work on something. We want you to come back next year and with 500 subs, all triumphant, or whatever the number. We haven't even set the number because there are things this year that are going to determine what the number next year is. Okay? With YouTube monetizing everybody and the shorts and all of that stuff, it's kind of changing the value of what 500 subs or 1,000 subs or 750 subs or 2,000 subs or 0 subs. It's changing the meaning of that. So we'll talk about it in the off season, but whatever it is, we're hoping. But there will be another class like that.
Yeah, we can't forego the no-name 500.
Oh, no. We'll have another no-name 500. We can't promise that the number will be 500, but there will be another one. Don't worry about that. It has added the best dimension to this event. Watching all of these channels, grow. There's one on our screen now, Rabbit Transit Garage. There's a channel that started part of the No Name 500. And what do you have now, Jay? Close to 2,000 subscribers. Tailor Made Muscle Cars came out of the No Name 500. Yeah. Well, Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. You understand what I mean about the 500? We're going to have to talk about the number itself. Will the class exist next year? Yes. Will the number be 500? We can't promise. We'll talk about it.
We'd like not to change it, but I don't think that number's going to work for next year.
Well, I'm going to tell you some things that for sure are going to be part of it next year. We're going to have a requirement on original content. That's going to happen. There's no question about that. We would certainly expect that of people this year, but that's going to be a stone set rule for 2023. We don't know what the number can be because YouTube is going through some changes with the shorts, with the monetization, things like that. So we're also going to have some code of conduct things in writing for next year, because we've had a few things this year that we just didn't think that grown people would do. And so we're going to have a change for next year that makes that explicitly not okay. And the thing is rules are not made for the 99%. They're made for the 1%. But everything about this is just to make it the best possible event and experience for you guys, and that's what it's all about. Will there be a live feed of the event, Mike Ivan is asking? Yes. We're going to be live on my channel and the AHRA channel throughout the event. We're going to have good internet there. So, yeah, look for that. Now, that's just Dallas now. There's going to be other people live all over the place. I don't know why people even keep asking that, because you really think you're going to have that many YouTubers in one spot and you won't have live feeds of what's going to be all kinds of live feeds.
I bet
Dallas
you that burnout contest will have a live feed from every 360 degrees around it.
Yeah, so, well, the thing about the live feed is the burnout contest, remember, that's Dallas and I's regular Friday show is going to be live from that Friday at the regular time at the burnout competition. But in addition to that, we're going to be live throughout the day. Unfinished Project, 1%er here. Unfinished Project, you are such a talented guy. You're such a talented guy. You have the coolest stuff. No reason that you can't do it that way. No reason at all. Mexican Specs asking, is the internet strong there? We're going to find out on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, right now it's not. Tuesday it should be totally ripping. I got a company that they say 1 gig upload, 1 gig download.
Yeah, so they have run a new fiber line to the tower. It's already there. So Dallas on Tuesday is going to set up the mesh network, and we should have really good internet. We're told it's the same internet that powered the Sykeston Rodeo. So there should be internet to stream and whatever we want to do. Rob's riding streetcars at 350. Man, hammer on it. You're not that far away. I would say that if you're over 400, and even that's stretching it. But if you're over 400, come panhandle for subs to gate. Especially if you're at 450, definitely. Unfinished Project. Right on, man. Yeah. Peckerwood Customs there and is really looking forward to all the streams. It's going to be cool. Track and Travel with Rick is doing bearings this weekend. That's his thrash. Yeah, everybody's thrashing. Dallas and I included. But see, Dallas and I have been thrashing for 264 days. I mean,
oh yeah. Well, there's nobody more interested in getting past October the 2nd than me and John. Well, it's not that we hate it. It's that it's a daunting task, and it just doesn't go away, right? And you're like, oh, thank God we're finally done with it, and then take a breather.
Big Belly Racing says, I thought the No Name Nationals was this weekend. Yeah, well, you know what? I guarantee you're going to have people say, hey, when is that? They'll be saying that in the middle of October. There's always like 3 people like that. Cultured Redneck Garage thinks we've done a wonderful job. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We've worked our hearts out for this. We've worked our hearts out for this because 99% of you guys are awesome. And then there's just that few that I don't know if they're jealous or if they're what, but they just, they're just the wet rag type, right? We don't do it for them. We do it for you guys. But I got to say, when we get on a live and we see all of you cool people and who have the right spirit about it all, it's great. Definitely the best way to end a tough day. Big Block 402 says my birthday's in 3 days. Well, happy birthday, man.
Man.
Peckerwood Customs says hopefully no one's on their way there now. Well, you know what? Maybe they can be. Maybe it's part of a bigger vacation and camping or something. Most of the old Parts and Rust, can you see how many are coming? We got a lot of people coming. The list is in flux. I keep having people register last minute. Like I've had a few people register and they registered the last minute like, oh no. And I look and they had plenty of subs. They were just lurking.
Well, if somebody's on their way there now, once they show up on the property and they see that giant billboard, they'll be like, oh no.
It'll be like Wally World, National Lampoon's Vacation, right?
Right. The sad part is if anybody was going to be there on the wrong dates, I figured it would have been the July 26th, 27th date. And
August.
August. I'm sorry.
You were going to come down the wrong date. No.
Yeah.
Roy Boy's going to try to get in our Thursday night. Yeah, we're going to Lambert's at 6 p.m. Central Time. Layton's got spectator tickets, so that's cool. Yeah, so every day I get a bunch of spectator tickets in, and what I do is, I'm kind of got an archaic way I do stuff. I put it in the book. So what I do is every day I do two things. I retotal the no-name 500 to see who's close, who's going to make it, who has made it, who's moving, whatever. And then I go through and I sort my inbox by all the ticket orders or registrations or whatever. I print them all out, I put them in the book, I add them to the list, and then I go back through every time and make sure that at the bottom of my list I got people already in there so I don't miss anybody. I should have everyone on the list, but you know what? There's always that human error, and I make plenty of human error. So if you go there to will call for your tickets, your armbands, if you're not on the list, let me know. I can jibe it against my record on my phone versus what's in the book, but we should be fine. I've really tried to make sure that everybody's accounted for properly. Mopar Al in the house. What's up? What's up, man? BNR says Thumper looks like he's got it close to running. That's great. Thumper, you're thrashing. You want to come on here and talk about your thrashing? Okay, Andrew Nelson says, who's in on the 28-10-5 list? All right. Let me tell you what the 28-10-5 looks like right now. Let's see here. As of this minute, we have the Nelsons have 2 spots. Torque Racing Production 1, Duddy's Adventure 1, Jerry Racing 1, Streetcar Chronicles 3, Redbeard Racing 1, Unity Motorsports Garage 1, NSB Customs 1. You guys better be glad that Dart doesn't have any 28-10-5 tires on the back. White Trash Motorsports 1. Big Block 402 has 1 spot. Mostly Old Parts and Rust, Punisher Le Mans, Battery Productions, and James. We're going to look at adding him. He's on standby for the moment, but we're pretty confident we'll make that work. So the class is kind of over full, which would only help the payout. Mopar's Mustangs and Minivan says he's smiling watching these streams. He appreciates us, the community. Well, cool, man. We appreciate you. I'll say this, though. You entered late, and it's one of these things. You might make it, you might not, but don't worry about it. You're still coming to the event. You're still going to have a great time. And there's a lot of channels that might need a second run at it, and that's okay. Perfectly okay. We hope all of you will still come out and show up. Big Block 402 says 20 cars and $2,000. It can happen. We've already got a $2,000 purse, $1,500 for first and $500 for runner up.
Yeah. Well, it's actually $1,600 for first, right? Because they got extra $100. Extra $100 for. Is that right?
Yeah, the house is covering $400 of the purse, so it's a $100 bill to enter. And first place pays $1,500 and runner-up pays $500. So the house is actually covering $400 of the purse now.
Well, what I'm saying is Fab Mod Race Repeat put in $100 on top.
Yep. Okay, that's right. Mopar Al's getting his camping gear ready. Cool. Other things for the trip? Unfinished projects coming to the No Name Nationals. Mostly Old Parts and Rust asks. He'll be the one that's there in a mask.
Luchador mask.
Yeah. See, that's what I suggested a long time ago, is he should have done that.
Well, it was funny that you and I were talking about that today, because I was like, hey, you know what? If we get this U-Haul truck to haul these Jersey barriers, We should just do the burnout contest in the U-Haul truck while you're wearing a luchador mask.
Yeah. Dallas is like, yeah, man, I'll take it around in that pit as big as this. Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans says, I am completely content with the outcome, excited either way. That is the attitude right there, man. Either way. Do it with integrity, and we wish you well. And either way, look, the worst case scenario is look at the head start you have for the next running. You know what I mean? Look at the head start for that. You see, what you get to do then is you get to get in the thick of the No Name 500 for next year, shoulder to shoulder with everybody else doing it. So, how is that a bad thing? That was so exciting this year. How exciting was that this year, though, Dallas? I mean, that was great. The No Name 500.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was
actually a show of its own.
Well, it was inspiring. Watch these channels like come out of nowhere, and then, it wasn't even all that long ago that I'm like, oh, James and James just registered. These guys they got to be able to pull off a Hail Mary. Well, you know what? And they literally did it within 2 weeks.
They did. They did it in 15 days and 2 hours to be exact.
Yeah, it made me eat a whole bunch of crow.
Well, you know what? And we learned, Dallas and I have learned from this, you never know when they register who's going to surprise you. You just never know. You just never know. I think he'll be the first to admit it. I think he'll be the first to admit. How many of you would have bet that Junk Car Willie would have registered in the summer and be over 2,000 subscribers right now? That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And he did it all with shorts that he filmed himself out in the field, junkyards and all that. It's just incredible. Just incredible. Shoots it on his phone, puts it up.
Well, look at Bear Rose. Bear Rose was out in his garage. It was minus 14 degrees.
Yeah.
Working on a car.
Yeah. NSB says the whole ride's been a blast. Yeah, man. The ride is, because if those of you who got here early enough to see the thumbnail for this video, you may want to look at this video after it's over just to see the thumbnail that it had. I have Brinker's clock, and with 156 hours to go. Hey, you know what? Speaking of 156 hours to go, I didn't even think about this. I didn't even think about it. We're closer than that now. Tell you what, it's a good thing I'm leaving out of here Tuesday because I'm just about out of rubber cement.
Man, that makes it feel real right there. When it changes during the live.
It's changing hourly. Punisher Lamont says something that's really, I think, important. He says, joining the No Name has pushed me to really get on my car. Here's the thing, guys. We all have these projects that we've put one of these days on, right? Mexican Spec, has anybody checked John's math? I think everybody should check my math. It's 154 hours, 40 and a half minutes. But no, it's so I went to a funeral here a couple of weeks ago. It was a firearm trainer of mine, okay? And one of the things that he said years ago that stuck with me is my calendar doesn't have one of these days on it. Okay? His calendar doesn't say one of these days. My calendar has 365 opportunities to set goals on it. That's what my calendar has on it. So one thing I started doing, if you remember at the very beginning, is I would put up here how many days to go. And here we are. I mean, I could have put 7 up here, but now we're so close that it almost makes it look like you have a day extra than you do, because what the day you've seen up here has always been the day that has already started ticking away. So, for instance, if you had seen 112 up here, you actually had 111 and some hours. Day 112 is what was burning. Now you actually have it to the hour, and you've gotten an extension because at first I was counting till midnight on D-Day. Now I'm counting till when the gates open. So you actually got 8 extra hours here because I was counting till midnight on Friday, but now I'm counting till 8 a.m. when the gates open. This is how many hours it is until the gates open on Friday. It's go time.
Well, hey, John, I got to roll out of here. My phone's
Yep.
about to die.
Yeah,
I
man.
wasn't prepared for a live for a couple hours on my phone.
Yeah. Well, this is just, if you can jump in, that's cool. I just figured we would talk about last minute thrashing. We'll see you, man.
All right. I'll chat with you all later. I'll see you, man. I'll see you Thursday or Friday.
That's it.
So, all right. See you then.
You doing Wednesday Tech Talk from the track? You'll have internet.
I haven't planned for that. So maybe not. I doubt it. Just because I want to make sure that the No Name Nationals happens instead of Tech Talk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's Wednesday.
I hear that.
That's going to be a rough day.
I'm going to be there with you. Wednesday's going to be a packed day.
Yeah. So I'll chat with you all later.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, this live, I figured I would just catch people in thrash mode, see what they're doing. Thumper's excited to sweat on everyone. Well, that's lovely. Colleen's saying, how many no speed limit signs should I? What signs? No speed limit? I know we do have a pit road speed limit there. We got to make sure people don't speed in the pits. Tall Garage is saying, I don't know if the Ranger can make it, but I'll try. Well, like I said earlier, the most important thing is that you make it. That's the most important thing. We want the content creators to be there if they can make it. That's what's important. And if you can bring the Ranger, that's an awesome bonus. All right, Captain Ethanol, if you want in. Oh, the stuff that people send me. Let's see here. Let me post this. There you go. Mr. Thumper, if you'd like to jump in, you may. Uh-oh. We have a special guest waiting in the wings. We have Mike Honcho.
What
up? So, speaking of thrash,
yeah,
Streetcar Chronicles is really embodied thrash. He must have gotten really desperate because he even texted me about it.
buddy, I'm telling you, it's been pretty freaking wild around here. Pretty freaking wild.
Tell him about your last minute thing going on.
Well, so, we've been fighting the Holly stuff. Then it turns out it wasn't actually the Holly stuff. We were fighting ourselves. And with the help of Andy from Unity and PJ and Dave and pretty much everybody collectively as a whole, we got it figured out, and it runs like a top. However, I don't know if you can still see, but let's see. I'm still waiting on a converter. It was supposed to be here today, and it wasn't on my doorstep, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's like, you got all kinds of time.
Yeah.
You still have 154 hours and, 34 and a half minutes? That's plenty of time.
The good news is This part's sealed up. We're pretty good. Got a couple
Look
of
at
little things. Couple of little things to tidy up over here.
Look at the.
Change
Hang
the
on.
oil.
Put it back on that if you would. Let's ooh and ah over that and solo layout for a minute.
There you go.
Look at that.
There's some eye candy.
Look at that. How clean the tunnel ram.
Yeah. Well,
That is sweet.
I've also got the inside somewhat buttoned up. Got the dash back together. I'm waiting on a piece from a guy to mount my screen. It should be here Monday, so that's going to hopefully be the last thing that goes in. And then the other thing is I got my second fuel pump mounted, but I need a 145-degree fitting that I'm going to go pick up tomorrow. I can finish that. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I have a backup converter from a buddy of mine. It's a little bigger than I want, but if I blow through it on the big end, that's
And Andrew Nelson asks where you're hiding your nitrous plates.
Oh, no. This is all motor here, baby. This is all flex.
I love J-Bo's comment. He asks, those are electric thermoquads.
Yeah, the electric thermoquads are finally working, J-Bo. We got that up and rolling, buddy.
That's such a J-Bo comment. I like that.
Yeah, that's a trip. So tonight, what I'm going to do, I take the kids to a birthday party tonight. I got football in the morning, and when we come back from football, my internet just stopped working, so I got a guy coming to change my modem out, so I can't upload anything, which sucks. But while he's doing that, I'm going to work on these other things, and hopefully my converter arrives tomorrow. If it does not, then I'm going to drive about 45 minutes north to my buddy's house, Bobby, and I'm going to go pick up his Hughes converter he's got and bring it back. And if by Monday afternoon my new one has not arrived, his is going in, transmission is going back together, and Tuesday night we're going to go test drive this thing and get it dialed in. After I get off here, I'm going to Dave's shop. He reassembled his motor last night. We got to put it back in his car tonight. And he's going to get it running in the morning while I'm at football, and then he's going to go hopefully to the track tomorrow night and test.
NSB says to tell you that he's got his cup holders going in tomorrow.
Good Lord of mine. Well, I'll tell you what, though. You might have cup holders, but these babies right here are just so comfy. And then
Lee there from NSB, he plans on sipping his lemonade while he watches you in the mirror. I think that's what he's trying to tell you.
Well, I'll be jamming out to REO Speedwagon with my Kenwood here while I'm just straight grabbing that dart's ass. It's going to be awesome. How's Andy's truck? I missed Andy. Was he on?
Andy's truck is in header purgatory.
Still?
It's not a for sure, but here's the thing. If Casper can't make it, his backup is about a half second faster.
Oh.
His backup is in the 5s.
Oh, good Lord. I didn't know he had a backup plan.
His backup has never been run before.
Oh.
It would be a debut, and it's interesting. So,
well, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, but we'll just see what happens.
I'm cool with seeing it back up. I really appreciate his help the other day, man. It's a super, super nice guy. Super nice.
He is. He's a good friend.
Everybody's been super helpful, and because it's been a learning curve, man. Like, I'm used to rowdy small blocks. I'm not used to rowdy big blocks. So this is new for me, and I've never had a tunnel ram, so that's new for me. I've never had fuel injection, so that's new for me. And Dave has tuned multiple fuel injection units before, but never these throttle body styles, so that's new for him.
Yeah, right.
There's been a lot of learning curve, but I knew it was going to come down to the last minute. That's just what we do around here.
It's how it works.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes, and we work best under pressure, so let the pressure be applied.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm officially on vacation today, so I got all the time in the world to get this crap knocked out.
Andrew Nelson says we have to install the converter charge pressure regulator in and load. Okay.
Ooh, man, that's nice. That's nice. I only have to, you know what I have to do too? I also have to go pick up a new helmet because I sold mine a few years back. And I got to put trailer tires on the trailer and pack the bearings. Yeah.
We're glad you're going to be out there, man.
It's going to be good. I can see the comments now. I couldn't see the comments before.
There you go. Buff said he's adding a 454 to his junkyard soon. I like the 454. I tell you what, I really like that engine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Andrew says, Mike, what compression?
Uh,
Mr. Honcho, what compression are you running there?
13 to 1
On E85.
on the 85. Yeah. Yeah. 13 to 1, the 85 and a cam that tickles your fancy.
Danny Boyd, we've always been down to hours. We were down to 6,144 when we announced. Now we're just down to 154 hours and 28 and a half minutes.
We're down to
We've always been down to hours.
minutes. Cannibal minutes.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah, the gate's open. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fine. We're going to probably be assembling mine on the trailer as I pull in. It's fine. Everything's good. Everything's good. Camaro's not going to make it, though. Unfortunately, the converter is not going to be here for his. He needed a billet snout, and Freak Show was trying to get his done, too, but can't get the part. Not yet. So
We have 9,268 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty of minutes.
That's how much we have.
Plenty of minutes.
9,268.
Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
So if the Camaro is out, you guys, that leave you 2 spots in 28-10-5.
Yep.
Well, then that means James and James, you're in. So
Yep.
there you go, just like that.
Just like that. Oh, were they waiting to get in?
They
full?
were on the waiting list, and Dallas and I were going to look and see if we wanted to open some additional spots, raise payout. But you know what? James and James, I'm going to put you on the list right now.
Yep.
You already sent me the see how quick that is?
Got word today from PTC. Ain't gonna. From Freak Show. Not gonna happen.
Oh, look at this. Russell from Outfits Garage. He's changing a camshaft right now. Look at that lifter. Whoa, man. I'm telling you, when I said this was going to be a thrash themed live, I was not kidding.
Yeah,
That's Outfits Garage. He's changing the camera. That thing looks like AOC chewed the top of it off with her teeth.
Boy, I bet that oil filter looks real nice.
I bet the oil filter's a glitter bomb.
What you do in that situation is you change the cam, the lifters out, and then you take the line that goes to your oil pressure gauge, and rip that out, throw that oil pressure gauge in the trash, throw a new filter on it, put some Rotella in it, and send it.
All right, I'm changing my 28-10-5. I'm changing my spots to full, and so I don't forget, because he just sent me, I'm going to send him a message. See, I got to do this stuff real time.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, Chad's been thrashing away, too. Woo! Him and Duddy. Duddy's been getting at it. Yeah.
See, Big James, I sent him a message. You are in the 28-10-5. It's as real time as it gets.
I feel kind of guilty sitting here talking to you.
The way it goes.
Yeah. Yep. Long nights ahead. That's all good. Got time off. That's all I needed was time off. I needed to get the hell out of corporate world for a little bit. So sick and tired of that crap. And wife and kids are gone tomorrow. So it's just me at the house. Thrash Fest tomorrow night. And I really hope my converter shows. Gosh,
Hey, Thumper, I sent you a link if you want to jump in. I know you've got a lot of thrash going on. You're welcome to jump in here.
So who all's been on so far?
Well, we just had people drifting in and out. Andy came by to give us an update. I've had you in here. Dallas was in here. Dallas is thrashing. And Thumper wants to jump on for a bit. You know, Hoosier had asked me for a link. I sent him a link. Haven't seen him. He may be watching on Sunday. Adam, if you're watching this, you've got a link. You're welcome to jump in. Look out. Thumper's in the house.
Got to change my settings.
What's happening, Thumper?
There. Now you shouldn't get an echo.
We can hear you. Your audio's good, man.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't get an echo.
So I know that you have been building a car practically from scratch all week.
Yeah,
How's
I took
that
one that ran apart and replaced everything in it with stuff that I built.
How's it coming? How's it coming?
Oh, just a mad thrash. I get up when the dogs wake me up around sunup, and I go out and I thrash and thrash and thrash until I can't keep my eyes open anymore. And then I come in the house, make a whole bunch of caffeine, and go out and thrash some more.
I hear that. I'm gonna be working thrashing all week. See, like this weekend, I got to get the announcer books done. Got a few things deliverables I'm kind of waiting on. We've got Dallas and I did all kind of number crunching today, getting our barricades set up for the burnout competition. Internet, a lot of little hanging chads we're taking care of. And while it feels like there's all this stuff left to do, and there is, all we have to do is sit back and say, wow, look at all the other stuff we've already done. This and that. The list is, it's all getting done, but now we're coming to the things that just didn't want to get done early. So
yeah, my big thing is being able to pass tech. So
yeah,
I'm doing things the right way rather than like if I was just going to build a street rat. So it has to go down the track. So I have to have this and I have to have that. And then I'll be like, okay, so I got to run into town. And it's a 20-mile one way into town. So I lose basically 2 hours because you got to go into town, deal with traffic, get the parts, go to this store, go to that store, go to this store, go to that store, order stuff to there, and then make it all the way back. And then it's like, now I got to work on the car some more.
How tight are we going to be on tech here? What's
that's a good Dallas question. I mean, what are you asking me? How much can you deviate from the rule book? Think about what you're asking. What I'm going to say is we want people to be able to safely participate.
Yeah. Well,
don't show up with no battery hold down. Don't show up with no overflow bottle, cords hanging out the tires.
Yeah.
Don't
so
show up.
As long as we're good to like 1140s, you'll let us run 10s.
Well, I'm not saying. I'm just saying, don't show up with and don't do things that cause us grief. Like people will come in the chat and say, "Hey, man, this isn't kosher. Is it okay anyway?" Don't put Dallas on the spot like that.
No.
Do your best to square the car away. And if there's something we can remedy at the track, we'll work with you the best we can.
Well, all the stuff like the basics, like to have like a 12-second car, I'll have all of that handled. So that's not a problem, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit quicker than
we'll just see. You don't know what it's going to run, and we don't either. So
Well, it's got enough parts in it; it should run good.
Well, Buff says, "What about cords hanging off the car?" Yeah, man. So your diesel truck that's got the block heater cord, just leave that hang. That's fine. Cool.
Well, I've got all SFI approved. Like I got an SFI balancer, flex plate, and I've got NHRA legal studs, and then I've got drive shaft loops and all that stuff. But
yeah, I've got all that too.
I'm lacking a couple of bars on the inside that I may not need.
Mopars. Wait, but you don't know what your car is going to run. Yeah. Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. ahraonline.com.
Oh, you know what though? Metal valve stems. We need metal valve stems, don't we?
I believe so.
Yeah. Shoot, I need to go get some of those.
Did I do those? I think I did that.
Realize mine are rubber. Dang.
Well, again, if you have any specific tech questions, email Dallas. Okay. Dallas at ahraonline.com.
Okay.
You go to the website, his email's there. Most of you have his email. It's Dallas at ahraonline.com.
Well, I got 2 sets of wheels anyway, the same tires, except the front ones are different. I got center lines in the slots.
Guys, don't get too worked up about rubber valves. See, this is the thing about this, because there's a whole lot of people in the chat who have a car that will probably run 18 seconds in the quarter mile. Now they're going to worry about the rubber valves. Exactly.
No,
so don't worry about that yet. Read the rule book.
Yeah. You got to be pretty quick to run them. And I'm
exactly.
Yeah.
Does not get too worked up about
that.
No,
I'm talking about me. No. Yeah, I'm just talking about me. Me.
Yeah.
And it's like 740 or 750 in the 8th.
Now,
Yeah,
Shop
where you start
209,
needing a cage and stuff.
Shop 209 says metal valve stems only required at 11.99 faster. But what does the AHRA rulebook say? I don't recall that specifically. There are some subtle differences between the AHRA rulebook and the NHRA rulebook.
Yeah, just like IHRA. Like NHRA is a tenth slower for a 6-point cage than
Right.
IHRA.
Yeah, and so AHRA is different on the roll bar.
Yeah.
Like I believe AHRA skips the bar entirely to go to the cage because so many of these new production vehicles run so fast right from the factory. And that was the reason behind it. And I want to say, I'm not sure, but I think AHRA made that change, then NHRA made it right behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Buff, you don't know what you're gonna run with that.
Shit, I may get there and this thing might start giving me all kinds of problems. So you never know.
You
Hopefully
never
not.
know.
Hopefully
Well, mine's already giving me problems. I haven't even got the tunnel ram on it.
Whoa, did you say tunnel ram? Are you part of tunnel ram mafia?
Ooh.
I started the tunnel ram mafia.
Well.
You said the T word, Thumper. He got all excited.
I do like
Yep.
tunnel ram. Now that I know how to work one.
You talk about tunnel rams, and Mike Honcho there starts to lose control of his bladder.
Yeah. Look, just started pissing out rear end fluid right there.
Well, I haven't put any fluid in mine yet, so I got to remember to do that.
Well, I put it in, and I've got a slight leak, so I'm going to have to drain it all back out and reseal it.
Right now, the only fluids in my car are the bit of transmission fluid that was left when I pulled it out of the Firebird, and 1 quart of oil that I used when I was like putting the pistons in and stuff, and all the lifters.
Nice.
Buff's Garage has posted the link for the AHRA rulebook. That's where thank you, Buff. Appreciate that. That's where you want that. Also, Dallas is big on helmets. Okay. Please bring a helmet.
Yeah.
There are a few people like Wendy English. I have an extra brain bucket style DOT approved helmet, motorcycle helmet. So there's a few helmets floating around for loaners, but by and large, bring your helmet.
Let me ask you a question. Is there an age limit on the monkey bike challenge?
We've not had anybody, younger than, I don't know, we've not had anybody younger than probably 30 want to even do it. So that's a good question for Dallas.
Yeah. Only reason I'm asking is because Jake's getting real close to hitting 500.
Ooh. Might be a possibility.
Yeah. If, some people are watching, they want to go subscribe to Hot Rods and Streetcars. The kid would really appreciate it.
Hot Rods and Streetcars.
Yeah, that's his channel. It's all shorts. So if you got a short attention span, that's your guy. Yeah, he's all short. He handles all the shorts.
Danny Boyd says, can I borrow Murder Nova's helmet? I don't know. Ask him.
I'm sure Sean's a really nice guy. I'm sure he'll let you use it if you need it.
So my friend that comes over and helps me move furniture in derelict vehicles, she coined a term for the Le Mans while she was out last weekend. She calls it the murder muffin.
The murder muffin.
That's lovely. I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Struggle Bourbon Garage says, what's the rules for a Suburban that does a 5-minute eighth? Okay. For that, you need a battery hold down. You need a coolant overflow bottle. You can't have any cords hanging out your tires. All the lug nuts need to be on it.
A neutral safety switch.
You need a neutral safety switch. You need to put your seatbelt on.
Oh, God. Do we need a neutral safety switch?
Listen.
I got mine sitting on the dash waiting to go on the shifter.
All I can say is refer to the rule book and ask Dallas if you have any questions. Bad Tree Productions, by the way, has put up the link to Ryan's Boys channel.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Hey, is Ryan's Boy registered?
He's not yet.
How many subs does he have?
He's got 420.
And he's not registered yet?
No, he's not registered because he didn't. We thought about firing up his go-kart and bringing his go-kart, but
how do you get any attention for this when you don't register?
Well, I'll talk to him. I'll give him.
Well, if he's got 421 subs now. If he gets up, say 450-ish, he needs a cardboard sign like Dizzy Izzy wore around his neck. Okay. And just panhandle at the gate. Panhandle. We're doing our cruise to Lambert's and stuff, and I bet you he'll have 500 before
We'll do
Friday.
shorts for subscriptions.
I bet. Oh, he can handle everybody's shorts. You need help with your
He's
shorts.
look at this 423, 424, 426.
Oh,
Why don't you get him on here, Ryan? Get him on here and
Yeah,
he can.
yeah. Hey, Jake. Hey, come here real quick. You checked your subscriptions? Where's your phone? Get your phone and come here.
I should be over this cold by the time I get down there. You guys don't want it.
Bring on the colds.
Thrashing with a head that's about the size of one of those big old beach balls.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello.
That's Austin. That's my little one.
Howdy.
He's not coming with us.
No.
Did he get in trouble?
No. He's just
He looks like trouble.
he is trouble. He's trouble on a football field. I'll tell you that. You look at your subscription?
Not yet.
Is it taking forever to load? Our internet's down, so.
Um,
Well, John's over here pimping you, and he wanted you to get you on here because trying
Holy smokes.
to get your subs on here.
okay. Maybe I try. How do I jump off the Wi-Fi?
Come here.
Yes, okay.
Here, now look, there you are.
Hello.
I'm scrolling up here. I'm going to
Howdy ho.
subscribe.
Howdy ho, Ranger Joe. Really?
Tell him about your channel. Tell him what you do.
Yeah.
Well, I do technically kind of the same thing as him, but short style instead of like videos. So it's like I just make shorts probably every day or so, maybe every couple of days, depending. But it's just shorts mainly. I can do some videos sometimes, but mainly just shorts. Big
Dizzy Izzy is saying, bring the youngest anyway to use for wheel chalk.
Ooh, you want to go be my wheelchair? Tell Dizzy Izzy, no thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
We put you behind the tire
He's
when we
like,
jack
that
up
might
the
be
front
kind of
end.
fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is my son Jake. This is my son Austin. Jake does his shorts, and if he gets there, we might throw the go-kart on the back of the trailer, and who knows?
Huh?
I got a new clutch for it. If somebody wants to get it on, maybe we can get it on. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Got a
Will
header.
it do a water burnout?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like
Yeah.
that.
Check
Well,
out
there you go. Burnout
my
contest.
intro to all my videos. He's doing a burnout in it. He just eating up the new slicks we just put on it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can still fit it or not. We
Nope,
may have to modify it.
probably not. Yeah.
Is yours working? No. Why? You see it?
Hey, guys. So the live here, so going live right after this is the premiere of Bad Tree Productions' Monkey Bike Entry.
Ooh.
So when we're going to wrap here, and as soon as we wrap here, head over there, okay? It's a premiere, so we'll leave here on time. It'll start on time,
What?
and that'll work out, okay?
What do you say to everybody?
Thank you guys so much. I just checked just a second ago. He got it on for me. I just jumped from 418 to 436. That's crazy.
18 subs right in one spot.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Keep working, man.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
If Dad would ever get his ass out to the racetrack a little bit, he'd have a little more content. We having to dig through the archives right now. You know, we thought we'd be making all kinds of sweet content by now with this damn thing, didn't we? Well, you know, your dad's a little behind. That's he does things. Learn from your old man. Always be prepared.
Learn from your old man. Stick with carburetors.
Yeah. Learn from your old man. Don't take a perfectly good running big block out of your car and then put another one in it. Stupid.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But hey, I'm gonna be way cooler by the time I get it all done, right, bud?
Yeah.
Ha! See,
Blake.
there it is.
Blake has put up the link. That premieres as soon as this live is over. We're going to wrap up on time, then head over there to Blake's premiere. I'm going to go check out Blake's premiere. I'm excited to see what these guys have done.
Blake, I'm gonna have to miss it, but I will catch it tonight before I go to bed. I promise you. I gotta drive.
I'll be there. I'll be there live. It'll be fun.
I gotta drive my happy butt about 45 minutes south. So I'm actually gonna hop off here right now so I can get on down the road and we can get rolling. Thanks for having me hop on.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
This thing right here, it will be at Sykeston, and it will be ready to do whatever and whoever wants to get up next to it. I promise you.
Well, I'll probably line up with you if I get my junk running.
I like it. Let's do it, damn it.
We'll do the tunnel ram thing.
As long as we can pass tech.
Well, I'll pass tech for 13.0.
Busy is saying 373.
What's
Big
that?
Block 402 wants a monkey bike group photo. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Monkey bike looks like it's probably going to be a quick 8.
Hey, I may or may not have to borrow one. Maybe.
Blake says, bring the smoke.
Woo, man. You know, I love Mr. Blake. He's my boy. Ever since he got that 360 screaming, man, he's just letting that thing hang out like an elephant lately. He's ready to go.
Blake's a good guy.
He is. I love it. But I'm going to get off. I'll see you guys later, man. Keep thrashing. Everybody keep thrashing. Do not quit.
Thank you, Mr. Honcho.
We'll see you guys later. Check you later.
Yeah.
I like how Andrew asks him, hey, Mike, just completely seriously. Busy as he says good night. Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap up. I'm actually going to try to wrap up real close to time. So because I'm heading straight from here to Blake's premiere. And I think that's going to be exciting. And I'll tell you, I'll go ahead. He sent me some. I have no idea if this will be in. Just how solid. Okay, so I remember how I said that it looked like something out of the movie Dumb and Dumber. Well, okay, wonder no more. It looks a lot like something out of the movie Dumb and Dumber. That just might be a thumbnail. You never know.
That's pretty
Bear
awesome.
Rose is saying the Mercury lives. He just got back from the first test drive. Check that out. See, the thrashing's going on. That's what I wanted to do tonight because I figured there'd be so many people with stuff thrashing. Bear Rose, we get off in just a few minutes. If you want to come in for about 5 minutes and tell us, you can.
Hey,
we're gonna wrap on time.
Everybody over 500, take the kids' link and put it on your community page. That's what I just did.
Kids getting close.
Yep.
But I will say, got to be registered. Got to put skin in the game. Buff says tomorrow is a big day for the Pontiac. Yes.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm going to jerry rig it so I can get it running. Hook up the MSD just to the battery and then put a fuel pump on it and just run a hose up to a carburetor that I stuck on it.
I
had to get an adapter. Huh?
You going to fire it up live?
I can't because my internet's so crappy out here.
Ah.
But I'll probably do a premiere just for fun.
You got Etch-a-Sketch internet, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's in the house, and the house is a big steel box. And then the shop is 100 feet away, and it's a big steel box. So if I can make my extender work in the shop, then I can actually do live streams in the shop. But otherwise, no.
I see Buff Del Campo's here. Buff, I talked to Buff a couple of days ago for the first time in a while. Buff is finally retired. Not to be confused with Buff's Garage. I'm talking about Buff Del Campo, the OG Buff. And he, because Buff Del Campo was there a long time ago. Buff is finally retired, and he tried to retire one time, and the employment world said, we cannot do without you. So he did a stint or 2 or 12, and now he is retired. So fortunately, his first order of business after retiring is coming to the No Name Nationals.
Nice.
We really look forward to seeing Buff there. Haven't seen him in a good while. Don English, yeah, okay, like he believes that. Well, we'll put Buff back to work. Buff has a skill set of doing radiators. He's a talented guy. We'll be working with Buff, I'm sure. So now Buff will only work 140 hours a week. Yeah, probably. There you go.
They can do 100 feet of Cat 5. Cat 5 would do it no problem.
That's actually what I have. That's what
Yeah.
I have in the house. I have a 100-foot cable, and I take it when I go on the road because I never know if I'm in somebody else's shop where the router is going to be versus where we need to set up. And a few times I've needed 100 feet of it to do it.
But if I'm going to run Cat 5 out there, I'm going to bury it, and I got to not run over my power cord that I already buried.
Yeah. I know a guy that left the power cord to his garage. The entire power cord is laying on the ground for years. That was sketchy. Because here's the thing. When he would mow, he knew where it was. When I mowed, I didn't.
Well, after he ran over it enough, it was kind of like sunk in.
Mrs. Dust Devil says, hey, everyone, can't wait for next weekend. Well, I'll be looking forward to meeting you. Mrs. Dust Devil Garage, always cracking the whip on Brian there. Buff Del Campo says, see, now I got to differentiate because Buff Del Campo and Buff's Garage are two different people, two very different people. So Buff Del Campo says, I'll be there with about 500 pounds of tools in my car if someone needs some help. Buff is that kind of guy. He likes to volunteer and help, and he's cool like that.
So that's a road box and like one set of standard short and deeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buff's going to help be part of the service team. Buff is driving an intergalactic service truck. Yeah, probably. Dust Devil Garage in the house. Good to see you, man. You got here. Hey, so the Bad Tree has a premiere coming up here in just a few minutes. So we're going to wrap up. So we wrap up on time for his premiere. I'll let everybody go ahead and be getting over there. I want to thank the mods. Blake, Joe, Andy, Buzz, Buff, Ari. Thank the mods. You guys have kept everything running right. And no problems. Want to thank all you in the chat. Had a really robust chat tonight. I just kind of figured we would check in and see how everybody's thrashes are going. With that, I'll plug a couple things. Wednesday, Dallas will have to see. He's going to play it by ear to see how Tech Talk Live can go because he and I are going to be live, or he and I are going to be working at the track all day Wednesday. So that's going to be iffy. But Friday, we will be live from the Destroyer1320.com burnout competition. And don't forget the Pontiac Power Hour with Punisher, Le Mans Garage, and Buff Garage will be live from Lambert's Flash Mob Car Show Thursday evening. They're going to be live from that. So we'll be on at our regular times. We'll just be, that's where we'll be. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Head over to Bad Tree Productions, the premiere of the monkey bike video. I didn't even know those guys had a monkey bike until today. So head over to their premiere now. I'll see you guys there.